welcome to Big Storm, a comedy game design podcast by two guys who know nothing about comedy nor game design. I'm Ben Slinger, and with me, as always...
That's right, Ben just fucked up his own name.
Trevor Scott. Now I've got to keep it in.
Of course.
This is because we started late and I'm on my second drink.
I'm not drinking at all at the moment because I'm actually still sick from last Friday night.
Sick.
And it's not your imagination, even though it does look like the podcast came out on the Monday. It didn't actually. The last one only got edited today as we're recording.
Yes, the Thursday. That's okay. It still counts. We still went back in time and made it appear on the Monday. So if you thought it hadn't, that's just an effect of the time ripple that has not quite permeated the
It hasn't
time-space
quite
continuum.
healed because I haven't taken all my medication yet.
Yeah, that's it. For the time-space
that's what's causing all my gut issues right now.
Yeah, that's actually it. It's it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You see, you were sick. So you were late, went back in time to put the episode up, and inadvertently caused that sickness that caused it to be late in the first place. So you created a paradox, and now the time-space continuum is collapsing in on itself.
Why am I still in pain?
Oh, well, again, those time ripples.
Fair enough.
So this may be our last episode before the entire universe implodes.
Sorry for that.
But it was worth it to make it look like the episode came out 3 days earlier than it actually did.
Yeah.
But now we're doing this week's episode, and we're going to play some Click Pitch, I think.
Yep.
So this is a game where we each have a random word generator in front of us, and on the count of 3, 2, 1 click, we're each going to get a word, throw it at each other, make a game design out of it, and just riff on it and see how far we go.
Yeah.
So Trevor, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
3, 2, 1 click.
In action.
Orthodontist. Now, I saw this word come up and I was like, For those who are long-time listeners, you know that dentists have been our major villain.
Yes, they really are. But orthodontists, they kind of
Now, where does an
people.
orthodontist fit into
They
that
help people, and I don't think they
structure?
drill holes in teeth for the fun of it. I think they drill holes in teeth to help people.
But they do like put metal bands on teeth in painful configurations that cause people pain for months on end. So it may even be worse. Is this the orthodontists the masterminds with dentists being the henchmen?
Oh, I think you might. I think you might
like
be right there. And the reason why they're so rampant is because of all the inaction of the people throughout the world. So it's now about, no longer being silent on these aspects and calling out injustice when you see people with
crooked
braces
teeth.
And
yeah. Okay, so are you saying that these orthodontists are now
evil? Yeah, they're
evil.
They're evil,
So
it's more a call. It's call to the public to stop being inactive and calling out the absolute horror that is orthodontistry and dentistry in general, and the fact that there's been so much inaction.
Teeth want to be free.
Yeah, they can move around.
Let them grow how they want. If they want to migrate across your mouth and give you a messed up smile, who are you to say that that's not the will of the teeth?
Or do we make this kind of like?
Are you a tooth?
No, what I was actually
imprisoned by the
kind of like Dungeon Keeper, in which you play a bad guy doing a dungeon. You play an orthodontist who's rising up against Invisalign because it's taking your jobs. It's taking your job. The fact that Invisalign is shaping teeth without braces and pain,
headgear, and
I think that there has like one of those things of you're a sadist and you want to be able to
how am I supposed to inflict pain upon teenagers
exactly
if there's this other option here?
Okay, and especially because Billie Eilish, she's she's
is she like the spokesperson for Invisalign?
She's not a spokesperson, but just some of her songs, she's like, "Here, hold my Invisalign," sort of thing.
Oh,
and then
really?
she sings, it's just absolutely disgusting.
I thought Invisalign was just like braces. Is it a like more like a retainer thing?
Yeah, it's literally clear plastic retainer that just go in and it helps move the teeth around and shit.
Okay, so this is almost this is a bad person, but they're up against the worst, someone who is worse, which is the corporation the capitalist corporation of Invisalign.
Yeah.
Fighting back against big tooth. I guess is it big teeth? Is the industry, or is that the opposite of the industry? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I think big candy is actually, they're the ones who really want this. They want it cheap and nasty so that people have more money to spend on candy, and that's where it all comes down to big candy.
So big candy is actually funding Invisalign.
Well, whatever this universe's version of Invisalign,
Yeah, we don't have to use the actual brand because we also don't want to
be sued.
Well, I mean, I feel like we're doing an ad for them because we're saying how cheap and good they are. Transpera line. No
Transpera straight.
Straight and clear. There you go.
There, straight and clear. There we go. So
with an N, like N, just the N with the apostrophes. Yeah, straight and clear. Straight and clear.
Yeah.
Okay, so this orthodontist is fighting against Straight and Clear because he wants to continue inflicting pain, but also expose that big candy is actually funding Straight and Clear
instead of the dentistry that they used to. Right. Oh no! In fact, I think big candy
is the goal that kids will eat more. I guess there was sort of a symbiotic relationship before where they'd eat more candy, thus have to go to the dentist, but then the dentist will like fix their teeth and make them feel good about it, and they're like, oh well, I can eat candy because my teeth are good now.
But now that they can get straight teeth a lot easier, they can handle the chewier taffies and all this sort of stuff that they couldn't before. So it's just
I think they've been putting out propaganda about the fact that cavities don't exist as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because cavities aren't the issue anymore. It's just as long as you've got
straight teeth,
then there's no gap. There's no gaps for the cavities for anything bad to happen. Yeah. Cavities are just the liberal media creating.
Cavities are created by braces. Like you put braces on, and it damages the natural teeth lining, and
Yeah, and dentists with their drills, like, aren't they creating cavities when they drill?
Exactly.
That's how do you actually know there's a cavity there? You just have to trust them.
Yeah, and that pain, it's only because it's not straight, and you haven't eaten enough candy.
Yeah,
that pain,
enough candy. That's it. The candy is there to reveal the gaps that can then be closed by the Invisalign.
Exactly. No, straight and clear.
Straight and clear.
Get it straight and clear.
Get it straight and clear that it's straight and clear. Okay, so is this game played out from your orthodontist's office, though? Like, is this sort of you're, like, doing underhanded things and trying your own propaganda campaign again, like with your customers and stuff?
Yeah, because I think because orthodontistry is literally about straightening teeth, I think the majority of the clinics out there have basically tipped to big candy and are now actually selling and installing straight and clears.
Yeah.
And, making quite a bit of money out of it, but
for what?
For what purpose?
At what cost? At what cost to the general, the purpose behind orthodontistry, which is to inflict pain upon children?
So I think in between, the occasional patient that you've got to, measure and do stuff for the Invisalign installation. You then go into gameplay, which is very similar to, like, I don't know, an Orwell or a Hacknet, where you're actually hacking into
you're going onto the orthodontist forums
and so I think you got two mini games basically happening, or two games that go hand in hand really quite well. You know, teeth straightening and hacking. They're just
sometimes hacking at teeth.
Sometimes hacking,
straightening,
hacking a server.
A server, yes.
Sometimes you've got to get root access, and sometimes you get access to a root and
to pull them out. The game's definitely called root access.
Oh yeah,
that's great.
100% root access.
Love it.
The fact that it goes both ways, and I fell into that, I am actually
that was a good pun. All right, I think that on that. I think we 3-2 and click.
Yeah.
Rivet.
Putter.
Butter? B?
Putter.
Oh, putter with a P.
Golf. Golf putter.
Okay. Rivet and putter. That makes me think of almost like a steampunk-ish golf game then.
Oh, yeah, where you're putting together
you're riveting together the course, maybe, yeah.
Oh, I'm not talking about the course, I'm talking about you're riveting together your own clubs.
Oh, okay.
And so you find a new head that you go, oh, this is even better. So you got to, drill out the old one. I see this is a VR game where
you're both thinking the same thing. That physicality of
put the new head on and rivet back in place.
Little rivet thing.
There's something about that just, I don't know, it feels good, and being able to play through, a steampunkish
golf game, essentially.
Oh, jumping!
I don't think it's
jumping in a steampunk buggy. Like, I'm just imagining.
Yes, it's got like a big steam engine on the back, and but it's still this little buggy thing. Okay,
you got to fill up with water every now and again, because
throw the coal in there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So I picture this as not a golf game. It's an adventure game where your tools are golf related for whatever reason.
I don't know. I'm literally seeing this as literally a golf game, which level up your you're leveling up your golf clubs as you're playing.
Maybe it starts as a golf game. Game, and then you get to like the 18th hole. It's a bit like Portal, right? You're going through,
continues.
It keeps going
through the 19th hole.
It's like, what? No, I think something happens, and like you have to drive the buggy off the course. It's like, you're not allowed to do that, but it's like, no, that's what you have to do. And then you go out into the wider world, but all of the puzzles and things are still essentially playing golf. Like, you still have to hit things into things.
Yes, in VR.
Yeah. But now it's like hitting balls into enemies.
Yeah.
Or like, smashing cameras by golfing things into them or something like that. And more and more upgrades.
There's something about kind of like that looter shooter aspect of your like your Borderlands or something like that, where as you're going through it, it's like you'll always get some sort of random upgrade that it's slightly better in numbers. So you're drilling out your
it's got
trying to change it over.
Yeah, like elemental effects or whatever. Borderlands does elemental effects, but whatever you want to, different effects. And so it's like, oh, actually, I prefer, something that sets the ball on fire.
Yeah.
So even though it's got slightly, less swing speed. Or aerodynamics or something, then I'm going to switch to it.
It puts an amazing electric charge on the metal ball, because all the ball is metal, of course, because there's no such thing as plastic.
It's all just little chrome spheres.
So I'm seeing the co-op version of this. The other person is a caddy.
Okay.
Or mainly plays the caddy, but you can also swap roles every now and again.
Right.
So technically, in the big, big fights, you can take out a golf club from from the bag as well, and be firing that off, and effectively you got two people that are there doing the work and fighting off against the enemies.
Does playing in co-op give you an advantage because now you can keep multiple clubs instead of just having to change your one club or something like that?
I think it's fun to play golf with a friend, and if that golf happens to be killing as many people with as minimal strokes as possible, that's
by ricocheting between them.
Yeah, or I don't have a good angle on this enemy right now, so I've got to play a safety shot so I get a better angle at killing this person. This evil thing. I kind of like the idea of things only move while ball's in flight.
Oh, a bit of super hot sort of thing almost, but specifically around the ball. Yeah, that's good because you don't really want to be trying to line up shots under pressure.
No.
Or at least it takes the pressure away from that and makes it more about, getting the perfect shot.
Or while you're moving as well, there's a chance that you can be seen. So if you want to sneak down here but once you're actually in ready to line up a shot, that's where it goes into, everything's totally still right now. So you can actually... Yeah, I do like the idea that you can actually, turn off the shot clock, as it were, and that just allows everything to go. And as soon as you want to pause it right where it is, it's like, I want to take this shot now. It's like you pause it and then you line up your shot. You can sort of aim how you want to do.
That's interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Can you hit it? Does that mean you can pause it in midair and take a second shot?
And ricochet off that. Ooh. The second person can.
Oh, okay, there you go. That's where the second person comes in.
Yeah.
If you set that up properly, you can hit it to them and then they hit it and it doesn't count as an extra shot.
Yeah. I know. I see this as working quite well in, broken down sort of very rusted.
Yeah, is this almost a post-steampunk world? I feel like that's not done very often, where there was a thriving steampunk society, but this is now the aftermath. This is after the downfall of that society, and so it's rustpunk.
Ooh.
You are still salvaging steampunk stuff, but most stuff is just completely decrepit and non-functioning.
The only thing that sort of remains from the whole steampunk thing is your steampunk golf cart. And
you managed to keep that running from the remnants.
Yeah, but knowing that you got to keep the coal always topped up. You got to keep the water topped up so that
but coal is in strong demand, right? Because this is the downslope of this particular steampunk civilization. Yeah. That's cool.
Ooh, I really want to play this.
I like that one. Yeah.
I really do.
It's got good vibes.
I think you do have a number of different clubs, but I think we can simplify it to, you got your wood, you got your iron, you've got your, wood, long iron, wedge for the shorter sort of stuff, and then you got a putter. And it's sort of they're your sort of four clubs that you're...
Yeah, and you upgrade them separately and in various ways.
Yeah, and depending on where the ball has landed depends on how good the strike is going to be. You get a view on it's on your wristwatch and it actually shows you what the lie of the ball is. Because there's just something about that, just being able to look at your watch and go, okay, it's this. You don't have to actually get right down to see it.
Yeah,
and you can just sort of aim it up and take the strike and.
You can tell that Trevor's more of a golfer than I am.
Oh, yeah. But just being able to play with, golf in VR, but it's a It's
an adventure. It's more than just, we made golf, but it's in VR. It's doing something interesting with it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's Golf Plus.
3, 2, 1, click. Firefly.
Doer. Doer. Doer.
Okay. Doer. Someone who does.
Yep. Firefly doer.
Is this like the sci-fi series Firefly?
I mean, you know how much I love Firefly.
Yeah. We do love some Firefly, despite the taints on it from various terrible
writers,
men, but
people who created it.
Writers, particular actors, yeah, you know. But anyway, it is still a good show. Yeah, okay. Did they ever do a Firefly game?
Yes. There was a Firefly game, but it was kind of a bit weird.
Was it a single-player thing, or did they try to do some fucking MMORPG or something?
I think it was an MMORPG sort of thing. I know the board game kind of was.
Yeah. The board game was an RPG sort of thing, and then I think there's an individual board game.
Yeah.
I don't remember if they ever did a video game.
It might have been a mobile thing.
Oh, look, Firefly Online, but it never came out.
Ah, that's why.
It's vaporware.
There's a lot of that going around.
Never officially cancelled, but there have been no updates since March 2016.
Okay, so this is set in between Firefly and Serenity.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so, because you want that key, episodic time when it was still just not too much of the overarching story stuff and more just about the cool space western stuff.
Yeah.
Are you on Serenity, or are you on a different Firefly class?
Ooh, I like being on a different Firefly class, because then you get to just get to explore the world. You get to explore the world a bit. Still smuggling.
Yeah.
Because that's what the Fireflies were known for.
Yeah.
Still having to deal with Reapers.
You definitely cross paths with Serenity, and we get some of the voice actors in. Like, definitely Nathan Fillion will come back at the very least. You probably get Jill State.
Yep.
Get Alan Tudyk in.
Oh, yeah, Wash. That's why we're not doing Serenity.
Pre-Serenity.
It's got to be pre-Serenity the movie. And just, I know, being able to play in that universe.
So what type of game do you reckon works well with this? Yeah. Like, because you could go the Mass Effect-ish way, but I feel like that's maybe too heavily scripted.
Yeah.
It feels more like, because it's smuggling and trading and stuff, that you'd have a bit more
storyless and systems-based.
Yeah, procedural sort of stuff, and almost immersive sim kind of stuff.
It kind of means that you can do another run. You can start up another ship, and it's another Firefly class doing random stuff, and no two stories are going to be the same. Sort of thing.
See, this is where the beauty of storylets comes in.
You write enough of them.
That's it. Expansion pack can just be a whole bunch of new storylets that just get weaved into the whole game from the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're flying the ship. Clearly, you can upgrade it in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you've got certain upgrades that can be prerequisites for particular storylets, meeting particular people out there, again, procedurally generate other smugglers, the government people, the fucking blue hands or
blue hand guys, yeah.
Yeah. Bring those stories into it.
Maybe you got to go deep into Reaper territory and find out what actually caused this.
Yeah.
And you can have a little bit of additional stories sort of happening on the side.
Oh, I did just have another thought though, which does move it in a slightly different direction. Although it doesn't have to take away from the storylet stuff.
No. It's all good.
Sea of Thieves-esque multiplayer where you're looting and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Because the Reapers thing made me think of it, and Sea of Thieves literally had
Reapers.
But where, going into Reaper territory, you have to prepare for that. You've got to make sure, okay,
you're fully stocked up. We've
done the right upgrades.
Plenty of whatever the weapons are, because I haven't watched it in a while. I need to...
I don't know, yeah. There's definitely a mission, though, where you have cows on the ship and have to transport them. There's definitely, you bring in some of the callbacks as some of the aspects of the storylets, right?
I mean, just the idea of being thrown through a digital window. Like, that was so great. From, like, the train heist and stuff.
Yes. Yeah, there's some good stuff in there. That mix of future and Western is fun. And isn't done that often. Yeah, I think leaning into that Sea of Thieves-esque multiplayer thing where you do have, like, okay, one person's steering, one person's on guns, one person's whatever else, taking care of borders and stuff.
Yep.
With close combat. I don't know if you bring in the PvP stuff or not, maybe keep it more that it's a co-op kind of story then with the procedural storylets. But
I mean, it could be a co-op story, or there could literally be only a number of smuggling jobs out there, and it's whoever gets there first. So
yeah, I mean, the PvP stuff, like Sea of Thieves, it then makes sense in world, and so is hopefully a bit less annoying, particularly if you instance it in the same way that they do, where you've got there's a few other real people out there that you might come up against, but it's also very fun if you don't, and you just, are attempting the missions as a team. Yeah, cool. I mean, I feel like we've only laid out the very bare bones structure of it, but it just feels like you can imagine exactly how it would come together and how cool that would be.
Yeah, going between the different planets. Because correct me if I'm wrong, the entire universe of Firefly.
Yeah, I think it's one solar system, isn't it?
One solar system, yeah.
Yeah, just with a lot of planets. Because they had, the outer, was it the outer rim? No, they called it something else.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. Anyway. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. It's all just flying between planets, and so it's not massive long trips. It's, just getting around between them and then coming down,
landing and doing your stuff on the planetoids. Whether you do it like you do in No Man's Sky, where you do fly on down, or whether just when you arrive there, it's like everything sort of happens outside of your purview and you arrive, sort of thing. Because unlike a Sea of Thieves where you can get out at any time and all that sort of stuff, you kind of don't have that in space.
No, you can't just get out of the ship. Yeah, for sure. I mean, unless you can, and you just, everyone's got boosters and some sort of air supply, because it could be fun throwing people off of ships if you get boarded or something. They have to try to get back.
You chuck them into the airlock and then set the ship adrift.
That's it. You've got a storylet that's basically Among Us, where you don't know if the people are actually your team members or not.
Yeah.
Cool. I love that. All right. I think with that,
I think that brings us to the end of today.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us. If you'd like to find our previous episodes, go to podchaser.com/bitstorm. They're all up there. Mm-hmm. Shoot us a review.
Yeah.
And let us know what your favourite episode of Firefly was.
Yeah. And if you say the train heist, you're wrong.